Hello everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
This is my sweet mother.
Sat Sri Akal.
Oh, brownie points. She has been my biggest support in my life journey, my pageant journey. And so when Miss World asked all their top 40 contestants to create videos on their journey and their service work, I had to include my mom. And today I want to share with you so many lessons that I've learned from her, and hopefully you can take some wisdom nuggets with you and apply those lessons. Let me tell you, she gives so much and she's such a natural giver. And because of everything that she has taught me, I have been able to serve with over now 100 NGOs.
True kindness is being kind 100% of the time.
Kindness and love always wins. Whenever in doubt, be kind. Whenever in doubt, choose love. Chapter of love and kindness. So beautiful. So don't remain a victim of your circumstances. Become a victor. Choose to turn your pain into purpose.
Love everyone always. Don't be selective. Because when you are selective, that is not love.
So Mom, I was just 6 years old when I told you I wanted to be Miss World, and you dressed me up with a little tiara and badge that said Shree Saini Miss World. How did you feel when I told you about my dream?
I didn't know you were that serious.
2 decades later, and that's still my dream.
2 decades later, we are still on it. And I didn't even know you shared that with your teacher in India.
My kindergarten teacher who ended up sending a video just a few weeks ago, sharing that moment.
Yes, about 2 years ago, she texted me and said that Shree had shared that with her in her classroom in kindergarten, and that was such a beautiful, beautiful memory for me to have with the teacher when she shared that with me.
So let's talk about beauty with a purpose and service, because that is what inspired me to tell my mom when I was 6 I wanted to be Miss World. My reasoning was that I saw Miss World as a superhero, as a woman who is so loving and caring and always reaching out in her communities and just being there for others. Service is the center of Miss World, and watching Miss World when I was young was my first experience understanding what service is. But Mom, I know you had a different story, so I want to know, when did your desire to serve start?
My desire to, I'm not going to say serve start, but it made a very big impact on me. I was very young and my grandma was giving away a lot of household items to the poor, because I grew up in India, and unfortunately we have a lot of poor people in India, and my grandma was a very generous person, and one day I saw her giving a lot of stuff to the poor people. And so at that young age I didn't understand why would anyone want to give so much to other people. So my grandma asked me to cup my hand like this, as if I'm seeking something from others or begging. And then she asked me to do my hand like this. So she said, do you want to live a life as a giver or as a beggar? So that was very impactful, and slowly I realized the importance of giving, and to me it brings me joy. So I don't feel like I'm doing any good to other person, because it gives me joy to be of service. So I do that for the reason that I feel joyful being a servant to others.
Yes, and let me tell you, she gives so much and she's such a natural giver. Oftentimes in our pageant community, a lot of girls have asked to borrow my dresses, and she's like, yes, let's go. Like small things like that. Or if someone ever compliments my mom's outfit, she will be like, okay. And then the next day she is shipping that outfit to that person. So she doesn't even think twice when it comes to giving. And because of everything that she has taught me, I have been able to serve with over now 100 NGOs. We even have a Beauty with a Purpose service room. And that's all because of the lesson you taught me about finding new ways to give. And I want to explain that, but I want you to first explain what service is beyond just fundraising money and creating awareness, because those two components are so important. But my mom taught me about generosity of spirit also being an act of service.
Generosity of spirit I learned from my mother, because she would always say that you can only give so much money, or you can only give funds for so long, and you need to uplift the spirit of the person, so the person feels good about himself and herself, and they feel high self-esteem and self-sufficient, and they want to do something for themselves in their lives. So that's generosity of spirit, is that overlooking offenses, being kind to unkind people, and helping them rise up from their bitterness, having them rise up from their self-righteous behavior that I am the person who is always right and I cannot do any wrong. So being constantly kind to unkind people and helping them become better without judging them, judge less, and have radical empathy, have radical forgiveness, not just selective kindness or selective kindness. To me is like being kind to your friends. True kindness for me is when you are kind to people who are unkind to you. We can all be kind to people who are kind to us, and we can be very selective that this is my group and these are my favorite people. But true kindness is being kind 100% of the time with everyone and always, not superficial.
So beautiful. And wow, I hope you guys understand the impact of that statement, and I hope you are able to put that into action, because like my mother said, true kindness is truly tested when other people are not kind to you, but you choose to remain kind. You choose to respond with having a compassionate heart, with being patient, by helping to soften their heart. And my mom has always said, kindness and love always wins. Whenever in doubt, be kind. Whenever in doubt, choose love. And oftentimes that love might not even be appreciated, acknowledged, or reciprocated. But as long as you're choosing to love, that is your job. And you have
plant that seed of love and continue to cultivate it. Don't just plant the seed and forget. If someone is not responding to your love, continue watering that plant of love, and one day that constant kindness and constant nourishment of that love will come back to you.
Or even if it might not come back to you, it'll hopefully pass the message of love to them.
Yes.
And we never know the impact of our actions or words, but words are powerful, and loving words are always remembered. I'm sure you guys can even think about an instant and scenario and you were feeling down, but someone chose to be kind and loving towards you, and how much that signed your heart. Many of our service has taken us around US and to different countries. I have been so honored to be invited to over 34 states to serve and 8 countries. Almost all of them I have done by myself, but a few of them my mom has accompanied me with, and I'm very grateful for the experiences that we shared. So Mom, what are some of the most favorite service experiences that you have had with me across our travels?
Okay, so since I was born and raised in India, so I'm going to sound a little biased, but my best trip was to India, when we were greeted with more than 50 media people at Mumbai airport. So that was such a heartwarming experience when the Indian media showered you with so much love. Then I loved being in Malaysia, the hotel staff that was lined up with flowers and bouquets, and they threw flowers on you, and that was very heartwarming. And I love going to Dallas, Texas, the American headquarters,
Of course.
American Heart Association headquarters, because she is a heart patient, so she speaks a lot about heart health and emotional well-being, and we travel to Dallas frequently.
And we also travel to New York a lot. I think we've been there 20 times over.
Yes, New York is our second home, thanks to my brother Dharmatma Saran, who is always hosting us there.
Yes, it's I remember there's been so many instances where we've been at the airport and they've been like, where are you off to now, Shree? Those have been so unique, but just memorable that people just see a similar face at Seattle airport.
Can you share with us, because I've not traveled with you in all of your travels, so when you have gone to your speaking engagements without your mom, what have you learned, and do you want to share anything with our word family?
Yes, so I think this is a conversation we both have had a few times, because my mom and I go over my script and my outlines often before I speak, because she is an incredible writer, speaker, but also has the most beautiful heart, and she just knows how to touch people. And she has a master's degree in English literature. Fun fact, she was one of the youngest graduates in India. She graduated with her master's at age 17. How incredible is that? Just speaks volume to the gratitude that she has for education, and also to her immense amount of work ethics. So back to your question, I have learned that we have more similarities than differences. I was in South Africa, in Johannesburg, giving a speech, and I remember this girl, she came up to me very emotional, almost at the edge of her tears, and she said, "Thank you so much for sharing about the bullying. I am sadly being bullied." She was talking about her experience in high school, and she just said, "You just sharing that with me gave me a sense of hope and peace that I will one day overcome this challenging moment in my life, and I am not what they see about me, I am my responses." And then she gave me a really tight hug, and we stayed connected. But that incident was so similar to a speech that I gave in Indiana. And it just reminded me how important it is to be vulnerable, to share everything that we have been through and talk about our challenges, because when you're vulnerable, you allow other people to also be vulnerable with you. Like, she shared her painful experience in high school, and we realized that all of us are facing challenges, and we can all lean on to each other to be of strength.
Yes, we can all draw strength and wisdom from each other. We can all be a blessing to each other. None of us is perfect, and all of us can always get a lot of hold each other's hand and be a chapter of love and kindness in each other's life.
Chapter of love and kindness. So beautiful. See, you know why I ask her for her guidance on speeches, because she's just so authentically gifted in that. She just has such a pure heart.
Thank you. But we fight too.
Yes.
So sometimes 95% of the time I'm
No,
Mother
don't.
Teresa.
No, okay.
5% of the time I'm a witch.
Which W. Okay, yeah, so I mean, I just want to be honest, in any relationship you're gonna have some sort of argument. So yes, we are working on so many projects together, my mom and I. Majority of them are just beauty of the purpose service projects. We're getting to appearances or just scheduling of interviews. So of course, when you're doing so much, there's always going to be a minor differences, but she and I are very grateful for everything we do. Okay, so अब मैं हिंदी में बात करने वाली हूँ. Now I'm going to talk in Hindi. मैं हिंदी में बात करने वाली हूँ क्योंकि मैं चाहती हूँ कि जो मैंने मॉम से लर्न करा है वो आपको मैं शो कर सकूँ अपने हिंदी की भाषा में. मेरी हिंदी शायद परफेक्ट ना होए, पर मैं अपने मॉम को बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ क्योंकि उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत कुछ सिखाया है. हिंदी के बारे में and अपने culture के ऊपर pride होने के लिए. Is that all bad?
No, it's good. Yes, if your Hindi is not perfect, but it's coming from a pure heart.
Okay,
So
thank you.
take pride in that.
We'll just keep that in there.
Yeah.
And मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप हिंदी में आंसर करो कि आपका इंस्पिरेशन क्या था, क्योंकि मैं यूएस में अपनी मॉम के साथ I basically came in her lap to the US, बहुत young आई थी. तो मॉम आपका इंस्पिरेशन क्या था कि back in early 2000s in the age of no internet you had so much wisdom कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि Shroz, my brother, and I make sure करें कि हम अपना culture ना forget करें.
Because I take pride in being American and I take pride in being an Indian. So I did not want to forget my identity of being an Indian American. So घर में ये रूल था कि जब बच्चे स्कूल से आते थे मैं उन्हें बोलती थी कि मुझे समझ नहीं आया जो तुमने बोला इंग्लिश में. So that the children didn't know I could मैं हिंदी या इंग्लिश या पंजाबी समझ सकती थी. But I always told them कि मुझे इंग्लिश समझ नहीं आती. So they were forced to stick with the language. And I am so grateful that I did that with them, because अब वो interact कर सकते हैं अपने grandparents के साथ. They can go to India and speak with older people and just make that connection with the older people. So the older people also feel home with them क्योंकि ये बच्चे अपने आप को express कर सकते हैं. So I'm grateful that I had that thought in my mind कि मैं अपने बच्चों को culture और language के साथ जोड़ के रखूंगी.
Yes. Now I can joke in more than 3 languages. I can eat food in more than 3 languages. You live
And
more.
she can be sarcastic in all 3 languages.
You think I'm sarcastic?
Yes, you are.
Okay. No thinking there. So I wonder where I get it from. So I'm going to share with you one last huge valuable lesson I've learned from my mom, and that is the importance of choosing resilience when met with hardships. She is literally the only reason I was able to overcome so many adversities in my life. She was my strength. So Mom, please share with anyone who may be listening and struggling or in a hardship, what would you say to encourage them?
First of all of us have struggles. So I do not want to diminish anyone's struggle when I'm talking about what Shree and I have gone through. Everybody's
Beautiful.
story is unique. Everybody has struggles. Those need to be honored, and I feel for anyone going through any kind of pain. But I just want to humbly say that either we can stay stuck in those painful patterns, because sometimes we are addicted to unhappiness. We feel that we are not worthy of a joyful life. So to break that thinking pattern that no, I won't be addicted to victim mindset, I won't be addicted to unhappiness, I will find solutions. Every day may not be perfect, but I am going to make some progress today. And when you actually take action and make progress, only then you can feel fulfilled and you can feel some satisfaction, not by thinking, not by planning, by actually taking action, going close to a solution, applying that solution, and actually taking action. Because after taking action, after facing fears, you will get that confidence and joy. Not by thinking, not by writing, not by simply planning. Take action of whatever needs to be done and do that.
Yes, action is a huge antidote to stress. And only when you're able to take action and effort towards healing, to finding solutions to whatever you may be struggling with, then you can take a step closer to overcoming that struggle.
And also the importance of having a teachable spirit. Don't stay in your own mind and create your own hell, create your own storms. Draw inspiration from speakers like I love Joel Austin, I love Joyce Myers, I love Bob Goff.
She loves them. It's always on her home, just playing in the background. Joel, praise the Lord.
And I listen to a lot of Indian pastors. I listen to Sister Shivani. I listen to a lot of, there is a website wordgurdwara.com, so I listen to Gurbani there. I listen to Sister Shivani, Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers, Bob Goff, a lot of people who inspire me. And like we eat food 3 times a day, it's important to nourish our hearts and our minds with knowledge from people who can help us. So don't stay stuck in your own mind that you know everything and whatever your worldview is the only worldview. So have an open heart, open mind, and try to be as unbiased as you can, and keep your learning always. Keep learning, always keep learning.
Yes, and one of the things you've taught me.
And keep unlearning. Unlearn your old thinking patterns and old behavior patterns and how you react to situations. Unlearn those.
Yes. And that happens through self-awareness. You can even have a journal where you write down your thoughts and see on paper what you're actually thinking, and be mindful of intentionally choosing positive thoughts and now cultivating a stronger mindset. So don't remain a victim of your circumstances, become a victor. Choose to turn your pain into purpose. Okay, so thank you so much, Mom. That was so heartfelt. Now you know exactly the reason that I have overcome so much. I've been able to serve, and that's only because of my mom. And now we're gonna do a fun round. It's gonna be a rapid fire round, and I'm just gonna ask my mom quick questions, and yeah, let's do this. So Mom, what's your favorite dish?
The Indian roti, stuffed roti that I make.
That she makes, okay. Yes. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Lamhe. Do you want to know why?
Of course.
Okay. Because it shows honorable friendship, rock solid friendship, very intense, pure love, and dedication of the housemaid who takes care of the child as a mother. So all the characters in that movie are very pure, intense, giving, compassionate.
Just like her.
And not superficial, wholehearted. When they fight, they come together. They are not just a very intense, passionate movie.
Yes, my mom is a very, very loving friend, always there for them. She calls herself a 2 a.m. friend, so whenever anyone needs any help, she's the first one to show up and stay and consistently stay and serve. Okay, Mom, who is your role model?
There are a lot, but since Kailash Satyarthi is one of them, there are only 5 or 6 people I follow on Instagram, and
she has an Instagram.
Kailash Satyarthi is one of them, and I and him share the same birthday. So he's January 11th, I'm January 11th.
Call us, wish her, and she'll wish you.
I just find him the ultimate solution finder, because I have seen that in small families, people are frustrated raising 2 kids or 3 kids, and here he was a father to thousands of children, and how he found solution to be a father to thousands of children. So I really admire that.
Okay, biggest regret in life?
Biggest regret? There are so many, but I'll do a lighter note regret. I won't go on the heavy duty regret. Heavy duty regrets. Lighter would be when you guys were young, I took thousands of pictures of Shree and Sharos, and I forgot to take my pictures with you.
No, it's
so
okay.
I miss not being a part of
I'm still young. You can still take pictures with me.
Yes.
That's something I also regret in life, actually. I didn't take many pictures of me. I always took pictures of me with friends. but I was never like a big selfie taker. Even at Miss World, I don't think I took as many pictures as I could because I'm always trying to be very present with people. And also, I don't like always asking people to take pictures of me because I want people to, you know, rest, have their space. But yeah. Okay, Mom, so to close this note, what's your favorite beverage?
My chai that I make.
Oh, again, okay. How do you make it? Give us
You
details.
you have to come to my home to experience the joy of my chai.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to add?
Love everyone always. Don't be selective. Just don't be selective, because when you are selective, that is not love. And when you are selective in your kindness, that's not true kindness.
Yeah, you should be brave enough to love.
Yes, have wholehearted relationships. If you have a fight, disagreement, just talk and then just understand other person's perspective, honor other person's perspective. Don't stay stuck in your bitterness. Just rise up.
Yes, we only have one life.
Just
one
rise
life.
up and embrace everyone.
Yes, oh, beautiful. Thank you, Mom. You guys see why I love her so much. Thank you so much, Mom. She is Mother World America, and I leave in 1 week for Miss World, my life's greatest journey, and all thanks to this woman right here, I have been able to reach to that point and been able to serve people, and I never want to stop serving, and I never want to do it without you by my side.
Bye. We love you all.
Bye, guys.